What is the best timeline in the Halloween franchise? What is the one that best serves the character beyond the original intent of the character? Let's talk about it again.
That movie is a shit show. What you think you see, what you think you hear, that's what it's about.
It's all theater of the mind.
No, it's garbage. It's garbage. Mood and atmosphere. Now that I really like. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to see.
What's going on, Halloween fans? My name's Dave McRae, and welcome to episode 3 of Halloween Revisited, where I take a look back at some of my old topics on some of those old Halloween videos way back in 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017. I've been doing this a while. And whether or not I still feel the same way on some certain topics. Episode 1 was all about that closet scene in Halloween 5. My thoughts haven't changed. Episode 2 was all about the Myers house in Halloween 5, my thoughts haven't changed. And episode 3 here is all about the best timeline in the franchise that serves the character the best. Now, you guys know me. I am a Halloween purist. I am sort of, the gatekeeper of the original intent of the character, and totally am okay with that one movie because that one movie was supposed to be it. He was not the brother of Laurie Strode. Laurie Strode was not the sister of Michael Myers. Had nothing to do with that. That wasn't introduced until Halloween 2, 1981. And I love just that one movie. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Laurie has an arc in that film. The themes, the symbolism, everything. That's it. That's all you need. However, it did spawn one of the most famous, greatest slasher franchise in the history of motion pictures, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And of course, there are many different timelines. It's a choose your own adventure in this goddamn franchise because of incompetence. Yes, incompetence. But some fans seem to really like it. Do you like this franchise, or excuse me, this timeline or this timeline? You like the Thorn, trilogy, or maybe you like this trilogy or that trilogy or this timeline. It's all over the place. But what do I think is the best? What do I think is the best? Well, there's two that best serves the character the best when we're looking beyond the original intent, right? What serves the character the best? Well, there's two. And the first one would be the original Halloween, 1978, and then Halloween 2, 1981. This is a great 1-2 punch right here. That's all you need, right? You have the original. Halloween 2 picks up immediately where Halloween left off and continues the same night. And instead of having the original intent, right? The ending where he's just gone. Oh my God, he's gone. It's not, he's not gone to set up a sequel. He was gone to solidify and bring home the message that you can't kill the boogeyman and that he's otherworldly and all this kind of thing. But if you had to continue it, I think Halloween 2 is a decent continuation. And I think it's the best continuation. I still think Halloween 2 is the best sequel in the franchise, bar none. It was shot only 3 years after the original, so they were probably using the same film stock, if not the same, similar. The production value looks very similar to the production value of 1978. It's a bit higher, but it totally is believable that it's the same night. And so that has it going for it. And instead of the mysterious, ambiguous ending of Halloween 1978, you get more of the happier ending of Halloween 2, 1981. Despite the fact that Laurie Strode looks miserable in the back of that ambulance, I probably would be miserable as well if I was just fucking chased down by a serial killer who I had to shoot in the eyes and the explosion, all that kind of shit. But nonetheless, I think it is the happy ending in the sense of that Michael Myers dies. Carpenter wrote it that way. He's dead. We're not making any more. He blew up in the fire. He's lying there burning. We see the mask and him burning, and that's it. It's a great 1-2 punch. There's your timeline. Call it a day. Go home, make something else. And they tried to do that and it didn't work. However, if you had to extend beyond that, I think there's one step further you can go. There's one step further you can go that solidifies the original intent of the character, so to speak, for all intents and purposes, kind of going back to that flavor of the original film and ending on more of an ominous note, an ambiguous note, a darker note, which of course is Halloween Halloween 2, 1981, and Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. That's right, I'm busting out my VHSs here. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. This makes a great trilogy. This is what I call the Loomis trilogy. The Loomis trilogy. Forget Halloween 5. Forget Halloween 6. Halloween 4 right here. This is where it ends. It ends. That's it. 1, 2, and 4. That is where it ends. That's your trilogy. That's the best trilogy in the franchise. Now, I know you could say, but what about Halloween H2O? That's it. I get it. No, there is an argument to be made that you can do 1, 2, and H2O if you want that happier, more revengeful ending. But I like the darker, more ominous, original intent ending, which is bringing back that evil wins and it's dark, and I love the symbolism and the poetry of, you have the little girl who's in the clown costume. She's 7 years old. She's standing at the top of the stairs. She's got the scissors in her hands. She's just murdered her foster mother. Yes, that's right. Murdered her foster mother, because we don't find out that the parents survived until Halloween 5. Well, Halloween 5 in my trilogy does not exist. So if you just watch Halloween 4, you would assume that she just murdered her foster mother. And there she is, standing at the top of the stairs. Loomis comes in. No! He pulls out his gun. He is about to shoot that child. He is literally going to pop 6 shots, or however, there's 6 in a revolver, right? I think it was a revolver he had. He was going to pop 6 shots into her, not giving a fuck of her age, as she's a child, did not care. It was the evil that was inside of her that he could not stand, and Sheriff Meeker just steps in at the 11th hour, at the last second, really, to stop him from doing that. And she's standing there at the top of the stairs, and we just hold on that shot, right? It's a lower angle shot, giving her the power in the frame. And there she is, the scissors and the breathing and the music, and then and there it is. Cut to black, roll credits. There's no rock song that begins. No, it's the ominous, eerie sort of soundscape as the white credits slowly roll up the screen. And that's it. And I've always thought to myself, could you imagine if they never made another Halloween movie ever again? Ever again. They never made, 5 doesn't exist, 6 doesn't exist, H2O doesn't exist, Resurrection doesn't exist. Maybe Rob Zombie's movies exist. Maybe they do, because they're not connected to the original timeline. But there are no other films in this timeline. 4 is it. You got Halloween 1, you got Halloween 2, and Halloween 4. There it is, the Loomis trilogy. Why do I call it the Loomis trilogy? Because really, when you look at the film, it is his story. Jamie Lee Curtis and Laurie Strode are not in Halloween 4. So when you watch those 3, if you watch 1 and 2, it's clearly Laurie's story. When you watch 1, 2, and 4, it becomes Loomis's story. And I like that. I like that as an option. But you can't go on. 5 is an absolute dumpster fire. 6 is a dumpster fire. 6 is better than 5. But it's a dumpster fire because of 5. And it's just, and I'm not a huge fan of H2O, as you guys know. I don't hate it. I don't think it's the worst Halloween sequel, but I don't particularly think it's aged well. I think it's a little dated in its time frame of the late 90s cheesy Scream kind of stuff. It's like Michael Myers walked onto the set of Dawson's Creek. I'm not a big fan of it at all. I never really have been. Not that it doesn't have redeeming qualities, and I understand that a lot of H2O fans and Halloween fans out there love it because it was either the first Halloween movie they ever saw, it was either the first Halloween movie they ever saw in the movie theater, maybe it was the movie that introduced them to Halloween. There's a lot of nostalgia around it. I get it, and they like Laurie's arc. My God! And the cutting off. I get all that, but it's not enough for me to love it in the same ways that you guys do. So this, to me, I love the darker, more ominous note. And if you were just to end it there, and there was no other Halloween movie, then maybe, just maybe, in around 2015-16, when the legacy sequels began really getting hot, and this whole nostalgia craze really took off in huge part thanks to Stranger Things, and they're doing all these sequels, maybe, just maybe, all you Danielle Harris fans out there could finally, instead of getting Halloween 2018, you get a direct sequel to Halloween 4. You get your Halloween 5, but it's not the Halloween 5 from 1989. And then you can bring back Danielle Harris, and she can actually play Jamie Lloyd, not some alternate universe Jamie Lloyd that a lot of Halloween fans wanted in Halloween 18, which makes no sense to me because it would not have been the same Jamie Lloyd that you remember from your childhood. So the Jamie Lloyd that you wanted in Halloween 18, which make no sense to me, would have no memories of this night, would have no memories of anything. So it's like a great value brand of Jamie Lloyd. But that wouldn't be the case here if they never made another Halloween 5 and they didn't make David Gordon Green's trilogy and they made a direct sequel to this movie in 2018. You could bring back Danielle Harris and she would be the same Jamie Lloyd in that movie. Therefore, she would have those memories and you would be watching the same Jamie Lloyd and you would get that nostalgic feeling because it's the same character, not some alternate universe character. Anyway, I think that would have been really cool. I think that would have been awesome. And for me, the message at the end of that movie, the darkness, evil wins, it's come full circle, and Loomis is just losing his mind because he doesn't want to have anything to do with, oh my God, I can't fucking stand this, no, is such a great, tragic, evil wins ending to the franchise. Had they never made another movie, I think it's great. And so that to me are the two best timelines in the franchise when you look beyond the original intent, of course, of that first movie, which was a one and done and everything you need to know and everything that Michael is in this movie. But if you want to go beyond that, Halloween 1 and 2, nice double bill. It's, oh my, this is really cool. And it has a happier ending. Or if you want to go that one step further and get that darker, more kind of like the original ending, 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4, and that's it. You don't need 5. You don't need 6. You don't need fucking Thorne and Michael Myers walking around in a goddamn trench coat and a fedora. I mean, Jesus, what's going on here, right? You don't need any of that. You don't need Michael, kicking rocks under a tree and all that nonsense and Thorne garbage. You don't need that. You don't need Laurie as an alcoholic and faking her death, setting a Halloween movie in California with a brightly lit sun and palm trees, and you don't need Buster Rhymes kicking Michael Myers through a goddamn window. You don't need Tyra Banks in there. You don't need any of that. You don't need any of that. It's all right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is all you need. Just these 3 movies, really, at the end of the day, and pick how far you want to go. Anyways, folks, my name's Dave McRae. Those are my thoughts on what I think is the best timeline, or timelines, I guess, in the franchise. Jump into the comment section and let me know your thoughts. I have no doubt there's going to be a big mishmash of different types of opinions down there. That's great. I know there are Thorne trilogy lovers. All the power to you. Jump into the comment section and let me know. If you want to follow me on social media, you can. All my links are in the description. Check them out until your heart's content. And when your heart is content, check them out again. That'll do it for me. In the meantime and in between time, I will talk to you soon. Cheers.